What's up, Wood Metal? Okay. So how is everybody doing tonight? I got to shave. Wait for some people to get in here. Start talking about what we got going on. Sorry, guys. What you been up to, Wood Metal? What you working on? Got a, what are you doing, bud?
I'm turning on my watch.
Here you go. Got a, what's up, Rich? Go upstairs.
I call.
Go upstairs.
I call one.
I'm not calling anybody.
Okay. Thank you long time.
What's up, Matt? Yeah, we got a video ready. What was that? Got a video ready. Upload. Brutus. No. Got a video ready. Brutus. Come here. Come here. Come here. Sorry, guys. Got a video. Fox Body video. Oh, my gosh. Every time I literally start talking. Brutus, come here. Come here. Come here. We have a Fox Body video ready to go. It'll be going live on Thursday. Finally got the car out for a cruise. We did some things to it that will be in another video. We touched up the paint. So everything that was like scarred at least got a paint match to it. And then we cleared it. And it looks presentable. It looks pretty good. On camera, it's going to look really good. Up close, unless I point it out, people don't really notice it. So I'm very happy with how the car looks. I don't think I have yet, Al. I'll have to go check it out. I don't even know where my phone is. But Fox Body took it to a cruise. That was pretty fun. That was a very short one. Met up with about 6 or 7 Fox cars. We have a pretty huge group here, like over 100, I think. At least 100 people in the group. There's supposed to be Fox owners here locally. This basically southeast North Carolina area. And but we had 7 people show up. What's up, Mike? 7 people show up, did a nice little cruise. So that video's coming. One of the guys here, the guy who donated the motor to the Fox Body, he just recently picked up his own 85. It's a GT. It's red. It is immaculate. It is gorgeous. It's beautiful, man. It's awesome. He posted a picture. He's like, yeah, I'm doing some adjustments. And the picture he posted had the whole top half of the motor off. So he ended up getting like some aluminum heads that were in perfect shape. He was able to just throw them right on. So that was pretty neat. What's up, Gary? Gary, sorry I wasn't in there more, man. I tried to pop in when I could, but I was with my kids, and they're just now going to bed. So they're popping down here, still trying to stall. Hey, what's up, Corey? So that 85 GT will be in there. It's red and black. It's like the same paint scheme as the Boss too. So it'd be so cool to have that like parked right next to the Boss. It's gorgeous. He actually, the guy, I got to get up with him, and I forgot to bring a Sharpie because he's supposed to sign the car because he donated the motor, and the guy who helped me go pick up the motor was supposed to sign the car. Well, he also reached out, told me that in the meantime, he has a set of, I think you want to say they're Mac mufflers that are on turn down, welded to some turn downs that I can bolt straight up to the long tube headers. And so I'm considering that, but I also really do want to hear the Flowmaster 40s with the long tubes because I think it's going to sound really good. So I'm just waiting. I'm still just trying to link up with my buddy to help me weld it up. And once we do that, it'll be should be good, sound good. We'll see. I think he said Mac. I'm not positive, MJ. I think he did though. So that's where that stands. What else we got going on with the Fox? The Fox badly needs. I mean, it needs an alignment. I could tell it needed alignment when I pulled it out. I probably wore off part of the tire because it was pretty bad, but I still wanted to do that cruise. I did my own alignment in the driveway, and I'd say it's right now it's pretty darn close. But actually, MJI Fox Body guys got a good question for you. I think every bushing in my suspension needs to be replaced. I mean, they just all look pretty dry rotted. So where can I get? What's the best place to get a bushing kit for a good price with a good product? So, or where would you guys get one? So I need to pick one of those up. So I need to do that. Then I'll need to get an alignment on the Fox again. And then I still got to do the top. The top, I'm really not looking forward to that. So I'm probably going to save that for a winter project while the car is, when it's cold out. I think that's a good winter project and have it hopefully 100% for next year. A couple things I do want to talk about. And I know we don't got a lot of people in here right now, but that's fine. So Foxtoberfest. A lot of my friends are going to Foxtoberfest. I really wanted to go. The problem is it's not cheap. Like gas is expensive. I don't trust my car to make it, so I'd want to tow it with the Toyota because I know the Toyota is going to make it. So I have to rent the trailer, the hotel. That's all expensive. And then on top of that, the weekend before Foxtoberfest, I'll be in Connecticut racing at the Skip Barber Racing School. Now, there's a problem with that racing school that's kind of got me on edge as well. I called them and I booked the weekend up there a day up there. And the problem with it is usually for the events, right? If you're doing the actual school, you can pay a certain dollar figure a day for them to cover insurance costs. Well, the event that I'm signed up for at Skip Barber it's like I want to say it's like a 4, maybe 5 hour event. It's not very long. It's not even a full day, but basically it's a lead follow. You get some classroom time. Then they take you out there. There's an instructor in a stage 3 in front of everybody. What's up, Katarina? What's wood metal say? I've used energy suspension pretty good. There's an instructor who's going to be in the stage 3 in front of everybody. And then all the students are following behind. You're given instructions to remain spaced apart. There's no passing in this. It's just basically learning the basics of driving on a track, which is something I want to do. I've never done it before, so I'm very interested in doing it. Now, the issue is because I'm not in the official racing school, they're not selling us, and I guess this is just their policy for this event. This is one you can pay to do. And it's not a cheap event. It's like almost $1,000 if you prefer to pay it up front myself. Or maybe it's more than that. I can't remember. It's a lot of money. Something I'd never be able to pay for myself. Well, they're not selling me the track insurance for the Roush's. So those Roush Stage 3s, so brand new Roush Stage 3s, 750 horsepower. They're not selling us the track insurance. And you have to sign a policy that basically says that you own the car if you crash it. So that is that's a problem. I think that they said now they did say, nobody really crashes at these events, but it really gets me thinking because I'm not 100% right now on what I'm going to be doing in the future, but by that time I will be. So right now it's still kind of up in the air what I want to do. And the fact that no one's supposed to pass and basically you only push the cars to your comfort level. So I think, I think Matt's right. I think I'll be fine. It's just, a lot of responsibility here. Real, as much as I love like cars and stuff here, I'd never want to do anything, obviously, that would jeopardize my financial responsibilities to my kids. So I'm just trying to be smart about it and make the right choice. So we'll see how where that goes. I've still got some time before I have to sign the forms, and way before that event is. It's not for months, so I got some time. I'm just trying to figure out what I'm going to be doing a year from now, and we'll go from there. But Foxtoberfest, guys, I really, really, really wanted to go this year, and unfortunately, the only time my wife had available to accompany me to the track event is in October as well. So Rich, I'm glad you said that. I called Hagerty, and Hagerty says they do SCCA events, but they would not cover a car that was not my own. So that was a problem. So I haven't tried USAA, and I think, I mean, you're probably right, MJ. You're probably right. I'm sure I'm overthinking. Like, literally, I control it. Like, I can go as slow as I want, and I'm on the track. So I'm probably overthinking it. It's just the fact that you got to sign the piece of paper that says, like, you know, if you crash the car, they immediately deduct like 10 grand out of your account. So that's pretty freaky. So Fatboy Fox, but we'll see. That's where that stands. But Foxtoberfest, gosh, man, it's kind of funny because the Fox Body guys, the Boss, I love the Boss. That's my toy, and that's my favorite car. I love that car. But the Fox Body, right? I love the project that it is, and I love the car also. And what I really love about it is I love the community, even though it's kind of like it's pretty cliquey Mustang community, right? I don't mean that in a bad way. Like, it's the right group of people, especially for the kind of people I'm trying to hang out with. For the most part, they, they're either my age or older in Fox Bodies, and the group is usually a little more responsible. Devil's advocate, why will they not want to make a profit selling insurance if no one crashes? But I agree with you. Yeah, I don't know, Brian. It's a good question. Maybe it's good. And I have a feeling part of it is because they don't want, if you pay for that, then maybe you're a little more apt to driving a little harder. And I'm guessing because the course is so short that you've had less you're obviously going to have less instruction than you would have had in a multi-day event or a multi-day school. And so they're probably just making sure, you don't get your average 20-year-old out there just hopping in the car and hot rodding it way beyond their capabilities, just because there's no huge risk. That's my thought. I'm not positive though. But I think I'll be fine. It's just, it's a little rough. That's a good call. Good call, MJ. Oh, so funny. I don't know if I mentioned this. A buddy of mine, I tried to reach out to a couple of people. I mean, that might be an option, MJ. I might be able to just drive out to hang out for the show. That might be an option. I mean, I'd love to do that, but obviously, I'm very proud of my car. One of the next videos I'm going to do. So I did the touch up, and I'm just kind of going to, reminisce a little bit on. It's been about a year since I picked up the car. We're about to hit a year here next month, I think. And so we're probably just gonna kind of do a comparison of where she was a year ago to where she is now, and kind of talk about the things that have changed. And it just looks better. It runs. It doesn't overheat. It's a lot of good stuff going on there. But we'll see. I still got a lot of work to do on it. Obviously, I want to redo a lot of the dye on the interior, especially the parts that are faded because they were exposed. So like the rear, I don't know what you call them, like the stanchion covers by the rear seats that house the motors or the hydraulics. I think that's where they are. I'm not sure. But in there, I want to, or the rear quarter windows right there. I want to re-dye those. The seats are in pretty good shape except for the driver's seat. So I need to get a new cover, at least for the driver's seat, if I can find one that's close to OEM. Yeah, I mean, it's probably what I should do because I'm there to make video. Like if I go, I'm there to meet people. I want to shoot a video. I'm not going to shoot a video of my own car because my own car, it's mine. I can shoot it whenever I want. But I'm there to meet a lot of you guys. Like Mike, when Mike came over, I'm sorry, MJI, when he came over, guys, that was awesome. He's a great guy, and I just love meeting other car people. And this is uh, Ponies and Smokies was phenomenal. I had no idea. Um, I'm just a little. This is a little channel. I do this for fun. I enjoy working on my car. I love going back and looking at it. Like my 4-year-old sits in here and watches it on TV and calls it Daddy TV. So I kind of get to, when I don't get tired of watching, because I do get tired of it sometimes. He watches it, and I get to kind of see where everything's gone and come from. And it's kind of fun when you get to see like the old MGB videos, and now you kind of look where we are with the Fox body. I'm pretty happy how this all turned out, because if you guys don't know, when I started the channel, I had the old MGB on there, and if you don't know how I got the MGB because you weren't here, I had a weight set in my garage, and I sold the weight set for about $500, and then I bought the MGB for $500. I worked on MGB, invested about $330 to get it running. It was running like a top. I mean, Bobby B. I spent not a lot of money on that, but I was like literally very budget oriented, just like I am on the Fox body, and got the car running. Ended up selling it for $2,500. I can't remember. Then I bought the Fox for $2,000. And so like literally my hobby for the most part has paid for itself, which is something I'm very excited about. Every ounce of any sort of revenue that I get from this channel, it goes back into like parts. The initial, my initial monetization paid for all the cooling parts when I rebuilt the cooling system for the Fox body. So that was, I was paramount in getting that car up and on the road. So that was awesome. And I appreciate everybody here who is actually watching my content. We do have a Fox body video, I said, dropping on Thursday. I'll show you dropping probably about 6:50. I try to drop it right before the lives start because I don't want to interfere with people's lives. So I try and start it right before because I figured some people are online already. That should be a good video. And then I'll have a couple more Fox videos coming up. I'm about to do a Boss video. I'm going to film here. There's a company. I got to shout them out. There's a company called Bosla. And they sent me these LED lights. And, man, I feel bad for these guys because they sent them. I feel really bad. They sent them to me probably about, 3 months ago. And I was like, yeah, man, I'm going to film the video. No problem. And I had every intention of doing it like immediately because, I was all about putting the LEDs in and just testing it out. And I waited and I waited. And then my car had the coolant leak and I just parked it and I didn't want to mess with anything. And so I never did it. But it's not open. Like I did not like take advantage of them. I didn't even put it on the car. So they messaged me again recently and they're like, hey, you still got those lights? And I was like, yeah, I'm so sorry. So sorry. I am going to shoot your video. I promise. And I think what the reason they reached out is because they saw the Odelphi strip light video I just did. And they saw that I helped those guys out, and so I'm really I feel bad. So I'm definitely going to do that video for these guys. But I did tell them I'm going to be honest about the product. So if I think there's like flaws or design issues with it, then I'm going to talk about it. One of the things I noticed is like there's like an internal cased fan, I think, in the bulb, and that's I just think that at some point that's going to experience some sort of heat fatigue and probably fail. We'll see. So I'm gonna do that video here. I'm trying to film it maybe tomorrow. Let's see. What else we want to talk about? Other Boss videos that have to be in the near future. They have to be is the not necessarily the installation. Obviously, still got to get the missus out in the car to learn stick shift. I might try and do that this week if I can get time. I might try and do it this week. If the stars align and I get the right person to watch my kids. So we'll see. I'm trying to get that filmed for you guys. And then once that's filmed, as soon as I can, I'm going to It's too hot to film. My camera will melt. What are you talking about? What's too hot to film? Pro Tool. Next thing, the Calmer Stage 3 conversion. So it's still set up for an S550. So I'm going to do the video on how a S197 owner, if your transmission goes out and your MT82 craps out, I'm going to do the video on how you can buy a salvage MT82 out of the S550 and do the conversion for the output to switch it over to S197 for use. So that way, if that's the only option you can find, you're good to go. So I'm going to do that. That should be, I think I'll be like the first guy who's done that video. So hopefully it'll help a lot of people out if they're into that kind of thing. Personally, I'd probably, if I didn't get such a killer deal on that transmission, I probably would just go Tremec. But I got a really good deal. Oh, it's hot. I'm inside because my garage is hot. So let's see what else. I'm trying to think what else I want to talk about before I open the panel. I bet you are incorrect. I think here's what I think is going to happen. She's very worried, I think, that she's going to break it. She doesn't want to break the car. She knows how much it means to me. She knows how much it means to the kids. She doesn't want to break it. Yeah, so we'll see. She's going to learn to drive a stick in there, and then once she gets that, we'll get the trans in. But I told her, you don't have to worry about breaking the transmission because if you do, I've already got one ready to go. So hopefully she doesn't, because I have a feeling now, after kind of talking to a few more people, my transmission that's in there right now, it still shifts great, guys. My MT82 still shifts great. There is a whining sound from the up front, and I think it's either the pilot bearing or the throwout bearing. Probably more likely throwout bearing, but like it's only in the front half of the motor, and it sounds the same at first gear. At the RPM in each gear, it sounds the same. So 3,000 the first, 3,000 second, 3,000 fourth, they all sound the same. So it's the same wind at that. So it's engine speed related, not car speed related. So it's not from the back half or the actual transmission of the power, right? So I kind of think it's the throwout bearing, which if that's the case, that means my transmission's still in really good shape. And so what I would do is I would just, when I took it down, the BG oil that's in there literally has 2,000 miles on it. So it's not very many miles. I would just leave the BG sinker shift in there, throw it up on the shelf, and I'll have a spare part in case I ever need it, in case that Calmer just eats itself for some reason. And then I'll just buy another throwout bearing and pilot bearing and just swap them out. Yeah, Al, I'm ready to see that GT. Al's got a Grabber Blue 01, right, Al? I looked at the carburetor yesterday. I thought of you. Haven't forgot, buddy. Oh, there you go. You need a carburetor, Broken Tool? Redline Weber 3236. All right. So I think I've talked about what I've got going on. Let me go ahead and just open the chat because I don't know how long I'm going to stay on. But last time I said that, somehow you guys kept me on here pretty long. Hey, did I use the right one? I think I did. Yes, I sure did. All right, let me pin this real quick. Oh. God. There we go. Pin message. There we go. And I'm back. Who we got in here? What's going on, Al?
Nothing much. Just relaxing at the end of the day.
Is your car 100% now?
The GT?
Yeah.
Yeah, I drove it today, yeah.
Okay. How's it sound? What exhaust setup you got on there?
So right now it's on stock exhaust manifolds, and then it's on the factory H pipe, but it's got 2 out of the 6 cats taken out, and then it's
6
straight
cats?
after it. Yes, New Edge GTs come with 6 Calic converters on them.
Ridiculous.
It is, but it sounds really good and it runs real healthy.
Yeah.
So I
Yeah,
know I'm going to be taking it to Mustang Week on the 30th, so the Saturday, the last day.
yeah. I got to go pick up
So I'll be.
I got to pick up a bounce house, so I can't go to the. I was going to do the same thing. I was going to drive down for the day, but I got to pick up a bounce house from here, and have it. Yeah, I got to have it for the boys' birthday party.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to drive it there the first long drive. So I'm going to do all of its maintenance and get it ready for any drives, and then obviously when pits comes around, get it ready to take the pits.
What's up, Four Blue?
By then I'll have a whole new exhaust setup and hopefully the wheels and tires that I want for it.
I'm gonna try and do pits, but I'm gonna see where everything lies. So I need to find out what I'm gonna be doing for a living a year from today, and once I have that squared away, then I'll figure out what kind of shows I'm gonna be going to. I'm trying to be not spend very much until I know what's going on.
Yeah, that's understandable.
I just don't want to buy a house right now. I don't want to sell this one
Yes.
and buy another. What's up, Chef? What's up, Four Blue? I don't know if I said hey. I think I did. But yeah, I gotta start purchasing, and there's things I do want to spend money on. I gotta start saving for again. I gotta buy some lifters. I gotta buy a cam. So the motor I'm building for the Fox body needs a cam. It needs lifters. I think I've got bearings for the cam. Some guy gave them to me. And then I have timing gear, timing chain. I think I need the gears. Or I don't know. I need a lot of stuff. I need to sit down and look at the motor. And I started a build list with it when I was talking to everybody on a different live, but it got a little overwhelming because I was like I didn't know exactly initially I didn't know exactly what I want to do, but I think after talking to some of these guys, I think it would behoove me just to kind of, I can make some minor mods. So if I can get my hands on a set of good heads that are pretty relatively cheap, good price, then maybe throw those on. But other than that, since this is my first motor, probably a good test just to build a motor and just put it back together, throw it in there, and
simple.
Make sure it runs. And then even if I were to just put back a bare bones Fox body motor, it's going to be more power than what I've got. So right now it's a turd, man. Like even with those long tubes, it is so slow.
Without it being tuned for it, you probably putting those long tubes on it probably hurt it having no back pressure.
That's what I think too. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that when I put the rest of the exhaust together, that it like actually quickens up a little bit. Like I'm hoping I can actually notice something, but I'm not optimistic. It is a very, like the gears are super long. I've got 3-speed with no overdrive. It's super long and it's slow.
Yeah, mine is super quick.
It's quick? You got 410s, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Is it manual?
Yep. Yep, 5-speed manual with 410 gears.
I've never driven a New Edge. I haven't driven a couple of cars. There's a guy local or the dealership here, the GMC dealer here. I know one of the guys who works there, and I've kind of got a little thing going where I could go take a car off the lot and test drive it whenever I want. I don't have time to do it most times. But he messaged me when they had a Orange Fury 350 on the lot, and I squandered my time and I didn't get there fast enough before they sold it. But now that they apparently had like this red GT that just sounds amazing, and it's got like upgraded wheels and all that. And I wish I'd gone out there to drive it because I haven't driven a third gen Coyote yet. I would love to just I want to take out a 10-speed and see what it's like. But I think this one that he was sending me was an MT82.
Mm.
Let's see. Everybody saying, hey.
Yeah, 10 speed's really
I'm
nice.
glad I can do my own cam bearings. MJI asked me what cam I'm using. I'm not certain yet. I know B is the one everybody likes, right? But I'm not certain.
At least y'all only have one cam.
Cam bearings are easy to miss sleep. Well, that's what the Fox Body was, or the MG was like. I was going to do. They had a racing cam for that thing. I was going to throw that in there. It was just one cam. That was going to be my first experience with it, but I sold it before we even got that far.
I was actually looking before I got the GT. I was looking at a 1970 Triumph Spitfire.
Yeah.
That I think is still for sale. If I had more money, I would probably get that one too. But I'm just gonna do everything that I want to do to the new Edge.
Yeah, I don't know how much they cost right now, Broken Tools. So that's another thing I got to save for and figure out what I'm going to do. Even if I just got like even if I got an OEM cam at this point, just to get it in. But I'll probably, I'm going to do it right. Yeah, I drove a manual. Which one did I take? It was a manual 15, or maybe it was a 17. I can't remember. I drove one of those, and I did a comparison video. It definitely didn't feel as quick, like off the line to me as the Boss did. But on like the windy roads, it did feel pretty good. Like those S550s feel really good on the turns. The independent rear is pretty nice. Yeah, I can't wait to see the GT500 Fox 4 Blue. That's that was one of the that was the reason I started watching your channel back before we actually started talking on these things.
I'm waiting for so Cleus McFarland's building another burnout car, and he's putting that new 7.3 big block Ford pushrod V8 inside of a Fox body.
Okay.
So I can't wait to see what he does with that.
Yeah. There's a lot of stuff I need to do to my Fox, man. I need a new rear end. I need 8.8 rear end. I need to put like a subframe connectors on there because like when MJI came over and we installed the long tubes, man, when I jacked that thing up, the amount of bend in the body of that car was unreal. I was not ready to watch my car bend the way it did. It really freaked me out. I'm not going to lie.
Hey, I just wanted to tell you that Sublime, he's building a burnout car too, 10 millimeter at a time.
That's his brain. His brain's a burnout machine. I'm going to keep it mostly stockish Broken Tool. And the reason I want the 8.8 is just because I'm hoping to get a lower or a higher gear ratio back there. I don't really want to. Oh, believe me, the 7.5 is staying until I blow it up, guys. Like that's content. So I might as well just stay until I blow it up.
We're talking about how many 10 millimeters I do apparently, dudes.
Dude, you guys see dudes is killing it, guys. What are you up to now, dudes? I gotta check. Let's see. Dudes with wrenches. All right, here you are. Holy hell. Dudes with wrenches, guys. He, in a period of 2 weeks, is almost up to 20,000 subscribers. He's at 19,000. That is ridiculous. Dude, that's awesome.
Dude, he's killing it.
Well, his shorts, man. His shorts have just taken off. like just gone insane.
But yeah, we were talking about Sublime, building a burnout card, a 10 millimeter at a time.
Wait, who is it up in the top right corner? Sorry, I apologize.
Al, that's my buddy. He's local.
Al, do you know what we're talking about when we say the 10 millimeter?
I don't know. Was it in the last chat when you guys were talking about 10 mils?
Probably. Yeah.
It's a device that will take your brain to the promised land, I guess. I don't know.
No. Actually, to be honest, it's the device that'll take your brain to the munchie land.
Yeah.
Oh,
There you go.
I got some hard candies for that.
There you go. See?
Oh my gosh.
Look at dudes. He says the smoke's supposed to be on the outside of the car, Sublime. The inside.
Oh, Matt. Speaking of an 8.8, there's one on Facebook Marketplace local to us.
What's he want for it? Like 300?
Yep.
Hi, buddy.
It's not bad. I just don't got the cash for it right now.
For 8.8 for a Fox body with disc brakes.
Yeah. I don't got the cash for it right now. It's just gonna have to. It's one of these things that it's just everything's gonna be step by step by step.
How much they charging for it, that guy?
300.
$300.
And it's got what size gears in it? Does it say?
No. It just says it's an 8.8 for a Fox body swap with disc brakes on it.
Dudes with Riches has an 8.8 with drums.
You're also in like Iowa or Kansas or something. You're like way away from me. So you're in the middle of nowhere, way far away from where I am.
Where these are in Midway Park.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Dude, you're welcome up here, sir, if you'd like.
Come on, dudes. We need to know your secret. How to get 20,000 subscriber in 8 days.
Come on, dude.
Write a book about it.
Well, I'm still waiting for the day that I see the other dude, because I only ever see one dude on that channel.
I'm sure he's got all kinds of dudes.
Actually, Chef Trade Tree, he's got a few 8.8s, and he's not that far from you.
There you go.
He's got what?
Chef Shade Tree has a few 8.8s, and I don't think he's that far. He's down in Ohio somewhere, ain't he?
That's still pretty far from me.
Well, he's closer than I am. How's that?
See? Told you, there's so many dudes. But there's only one dude.
Well, you got,
later for Blue.
You got the one with the beard and the hair, then you got the one that's shaved. But the one with the beard and the hair won't be back until next winter.
Yeah. And please hit the thumbs up, guys, if you can. Helps us out a little bit. I'm
Later, 4 Blue.
we did a Fox Cruise. Did a Fox Cruise, and the car needs an alignment bad, or needed alignment. I sat there and I messed around with the tie rods, and I got it close, like really close. Problem is, I think like every bushing in that suspension needs to be replaced. So, like, I don't even want to take it for an alignment right now, because like it's just, I feel like nothing's gonna stay where it's supposed to be anyway.
Are you talking in the notchback? I mean, in the Fox body?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a waste of my money to pay for an alignment when it's just going to move around where it's not supposed to.
Well, you see what MJI said right there, right?
If the 8.8 is not out of a Fox, the axles will be longer. So my question is, will it be just a little bit longer to where it'll give your, stance of the rear wheels coming out of the wheel well a little bit? Or are we talking like way longer? Probably way longer.
Well, it's not way longer. It's just it's because of the.
Oh, everything won't line up. I gotcha.
Right. It's because of the rotors on the back of it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What's up, Primo?
So the rotors stick out.
So I'm probably gonna get some poly bushings. I mean, I saw kits on LMR. I just want to make sure I'm buying the right thing.
I put those on my. I put those polyurethane bushings. I don't know if it was on my 96 or my Notch, one or the other.
I need to replace. There's something I need to replace. I think it's one of the control arm bushings on the Boss because when I'm driving and I'm hitting bumps, I hear a little like a rattle, and so I think I need to replace some in the Boss. I'm sure it would help me launch better too if I went back to the drag strip too.
Oh, Primo, you're a traitor.
What's up, Primo?
Why is he a traitor? Oh boy. Oh boy. He's a traitor. I just short my axles.
He's a traitor because he left the Korean dealership and decided to go American.
I was
I
just
think-
messing. I was just messing with them.
I know you were. I know.
I
I'm
was just messing with them.
just asking a question.
Or-
Simple question, Gary. I wasn't on. I was just asking a question. What's up, Car Mob?
Car Bob in the house.
Car Mob, you ran that guy down. That's pretty freaking. I was impressed. I didn't know. I thought that I expected more. I thought that Corvette was just gonna stay out there.
So I had this perfect video of Car Mob running his car down the track, running a low 11, and it's gone. So I'm telling you, I'm going to tell you, and Car Mob, he's going to laugh at me. So it's what I did when he did the burnout.
Yep.
I deleted the burnout video, but I didn't delete the burnout video. I deleted the run.
You had one job, kind of like me with that trailer video. You had one job.
I pulled a Sublime on you, Car Mob, and I apologize.
Hey, so I got a question, Primo. You know, so Dodge and all these companies that are getting like all these electric cars. Who is working on the electric cars? Like you guys don't. I'm guessing there's like not much maintenance you guys perform on these electric motors. Like it's either if they break they have to be replaced or because
There's still services on them. You still got to do you have to exchange the coolant out on them so often.
Okay. Oh yeah.
Some
sorry.
electric motors will have maybe a gear reduction system. So then there's gear oil that you'd probably have to change out ever so often.
I thought the whole point was to not have to do that.
Well, they're getting away from like engine oil, like your standard combustion, but you still got coolant.
What's the ratio?
driveline.
What's the average lifespan of a gear oil?
Primo, I hope you're
It all
joking.
depends on what application it's put into. So it's different for everything. I know in like most Toyotas, how we do at work is about 60 to 70,000 miles for normal use. If you're doing more off road, then about like 40 to 50.
Mr. Ooh, in the building.
Yeah, Primo. Let's see you do these. Yeah, get a Hellcat, Primo.
Yeah, he better be joking about that. I will lose his contact information.
I'm
Off
sure
the Rolodex you go.
he'll lose sleep over that. I'm sure.
Oh, he will. He will.
What's up, Zay?
He will. What's up, Zay?
I know where Zay.
Hey, what's going on, buddy?
You better be.
How you been, Rafford? Been a minute.
That's what I thought, Primo. I just want to make sure.
Well, you got to know Dodges. There'll always be things to repair.
Man, we can say that about Fords though too.
That's true. Especially lately, man. Especially lately. Like I feel like after the initial recession, like I felt like Ford actually took a step up in quality. And then now
Recalls.
what?
There's so many recalls that they've got active right now. My Escape's under a recall. I'm waiting to hear
Yeah.
from a dealer.
And then now it's like everything's getting like how cheap can we make it? And I see why they have to do it that way because if they didn't, the price of manufacturing would make these things just way more outrageous than they already cost.
And Broken Tool. Oompa loompa doopity doo.
Well, and 5.0 is exactly right, man. I mean, it's pitiful that these cars, they make all this money and they give us junk sometimes. It's just sick.
Yeah.
My dad, who was a mechanic his whole life, always used to say, the less features you have on a car, the better. It's just less stuff to break.
I'll be honest, unless it's in the future, like my future car purchases, unless it's a muscle car or some other project I really want, Like I'm buying I'm gonna buy a Toyota or a Honda. That's gonna be what I'm buying.
Ah. Hey, it's the dudes.
What's up, dudes?
Dudes. Oh, that's the dudes with the short hair.
Yeah, dudes. I haven't worn you. You got a haircut, and you kind of look like you're about to lead sing for Linkin Park or something.
He was getting ready to say that your biscuit was limp, dude.
No, I haven't worn that shirt yet. I have that shirt somewhere in my garage. I've never worn it.
Sad thing is, I'm only wearing it because the shirt I was wearing, I didn't want to get dirty, so I had to get the clean, super clean shirt dirty.
Yeah.
There you go.
So you can super clean it later.
So I got a question, man, because I haven't gotten to ask you this yet. So when you first started picking up some subscribers, what was your what? I guess how'd it happen? What video was it that actually started going for you?
So now, believe it, don't believe it. I scienced this out. And here's my triumphant story. So I was going to quit, legitimately done. Wasn't going to do YouTube anymore in this format. So I've been coming up with this idea for 6 months on shorts, and I still haven't figured out the long format video at all. So we'll just revisit that some other time. But I've done a lot with shorts. I've gotten some shorts to go, other ones not to go. I've been putting a lot of shorts out on TikTok, as we all know, and that took off pretty well. And I was like, all right, I'm at 20,000 people that want to watch me on TikTok. That has to mean something, right? It doesn't mean anything. But
Good.
it does show what videos people are willing to watch or comment on, or just little information. So I accumulated all my TikTok videos, and I came up with an idea that I was just going to start running 4 or 5 of them a day and see what happens. Well, then a couple of them started taking off. A couple of them that I knew would take off from the TikTok. And then once those started going, any of them that weren't going, I just kept feeding them back in. So I'd take them down, put them back up, try to see if they'd catch a little stream. And then they just kept trying to, they kind of ended up being in a loop. So everyone would hit, the next one would hit, the next one would hit. And then now it's just kind of rolling. Get out of here, fly.
That's interesting because there's so I've kind of done the same, not the same thing like that, but I've done TikTok too, and I've been relatively successful in there.
Yep.
And it doesn't translate over. But that being said, there's videos on there that have just gone insane. And I'm like, all right, those will be good shorts. And so I tried to do the same thing and move them over. And if that doesn't get picked up by the algorithm, then I get nothing from it. So I've thought about starting to see if I could recycle some. But I never did it. But the one of the easiest ones was where I actually I drag raced my son at a drag strip. Right. I thought for sure that if I put that as a short, that'd do well. But no, I got I didn't get shown to anybody, so it didn't get picked up. So I don't know.
That's just it. I don't think the quality of the content is always key. I think it's just getting it picked up. So if you can push enough of it out there and all of a sudden it starts getting views and then people want to come see it, what I try to do is get somebody, they call it session time is what they always say in all these little videos you watch. So if you can get somebody to watch 1 video, 2 videos, 3 videos, 4 videos, YouTube likes that. And then they're like, hey, we're going to promote this guy because we see people watching more than 1 video. So I don't know.
A big block.
Let's say it's working. I can't tell you how to do it. I wish I could replicate it, but I'm not going to let it fail to see if I can do it again. So we're just going to keep it rolling at whatever pace it keeps moving at.
There you go. What's up, big boy?
So you're working on that Fairlane right now. Anything else you're working on?
So the Fairlane has actually, those videos are over a year old.
Oh.
So that car has been sidelined for a while.
Yeah.
Lefty. What's up, Lefty? I haven't seen you, buddy.
Yeah, what's up, Lefty?
What we've currently got ourselves into is we got 2 Galaxies now because, you should always buy a second one. And I've been working on those. Sorry.
Oh, no, good. I was just laughing.
And then as of late, we got a small block right there. So I guess we're doing an engine swap in a 74 Olds Omega here in the next week. So,
What are you putting in it?
well, that's the fun part. It currently has a 383, and that's coming out, and it's getting a 305 because we like going backwards.
Is it
I mean-
83? Is 83 bad?
Well, when the car was bought, the motor was supposed to be freshly rebuilt, like
Yep.
a year ago. But I think it was sitting next to somebody's garage with the spark plugs out of it or something, because you can tell they tried to start it and it didn't turn over. And I put a big breaker bar on it. It didn't turn over, and filled all the cylinders full of penetrating oil and stuck a big pry bar on the flywheel. Finally got it to move, and I'm like, yeah, we can't use this motor. So the guy who owns it, he just wants it running and driving, and he doesn't have a lot of money. So he's just kind of like, well, what can we do? And I said, well, people give 305s away. So let's just find one of those. So we got one of those for $100, and we're going to throw that in there.
Okay. You gonna flip it?
That's the thing. The guy who owns it, he likes to flip them. So I'm assuming that's probably what's going to happen, but we'll see.
Got it.
I'm the hired help at this point. So
Got it. So, are you doing? Do you have plans to start doing long format videos again?
yeah, I have actually recorded many projects since last year, and I just haven't done anything with the footage. I'm really trying to decide what I want to do with long format to kind of maybe bring it to the same content as the shorts format, because obviously people like that.
Some next gen.
So I don't know. We might change up all the long format to something else. So maybe all the stuff I've currently done is just a waste of time, and we'll just throw it out.
I don't know. I mean, you're doing something right, man. You still managed to get all those people to click follow. So good for you, man.
I will say this. If you want something to, my biggest video right now, I think it has like 1 million and something views on it. That video, the comments are insane. I think YouTube definitely does something with that, because so many people are talking to each other in that video comment section and just arguing every day. I had to shut the notifications off on my phone because it just blows up 24/7.
So I should just pick a fight with somebody, is what you're saying?
Yes, because I made a simple video that I felt was pretty straightforward logic, and everybody wants to argue with me, and I'm just like, I'm not even going to comment back, and then the people just argue amongst themselves, and I'm just like, all right, whatever.
Oh, that's funny. You got some nice mood lighting in your garage there.
You like that?
Yeah.
I had the views is the mood lighting.
It's the mood lighting.
I had to move out of my garage because it was eating my signal. It was too hot.
It's only 87 degrees in here.
Primo just said he's gonna be he's gonna go Chippendales on his Mustang content.
There you go. Hey, whatever sells. Well, and then there's the discussion of I don't want to be that guy, because I definitely appreciate all the people that are coming to watch. But I've had this conversation before on other lives when everybody says, okay, so you got that catch line, that dudes with wrenches catch line. Now, at what point does everybody just like, hey man, do the thing. And that's all you're known for.
It's like Bart Simpson.
I was wondering, it sticks with them if you've done it every time. Like if it's something that you're consistent about, right? It's not like if you were to change it up, people would be like, "What the?"
There was one
Who
video.
changed the jingle?
There's one video I didn't say it, and the comments on that video, that's all the comments were no dudes with wrenches.
Just make a soundtrack of it.
Well, there's the other thing. So I've had 2 comments now where somebody's like, "Hey, I took all your intros and I made a soundboard so I could just hear dudes with wrenches." And these are not people I know.
I was gonna say some people got way too much free time.
Yeah,
that's pretty funny.
Too funny. What's up, Trumpet Jim? How's it going, man?
Trumpet Jim.
I'm not seeing that comment. Oh, there you are. What's up, Truck Back? Oh, Stoop Fast Truck's in here, the house. What's going on, everybody?
Ooh, dude's got a compliment on his backlighting.
I've worked a lot on this properly backlit. I gotta get my light out of there. There we go.
Hey, later, Yellowhammer. Thanks for hopping in.
Later, Yellowhammer.
I got
Yep.
orange,
I'm,
red. There we go.
I got to get up early tomorrow.
That's it. So, have you done dudes? Have you done? I mean, you've only been famous now for 2 weeks. But,
Yeah.
have you? I was about to say, have you done a normal video just to see if any of these guys watch it?
What do you mean a normal video?
Like, have you put up a standard 8 to 13 minute video or so?
So every Wednesday I put up a video. All those Fairlane
Dude,
videos have been
I
put up.
gotta, I gotta break into this one right here because Dude with Wrenches has never made a normal video.
It's not wrong.
Never. I mean, they're all good, but he's never made a normal one.
Yeah, I don't know what normal
They're all
is.
funny. They're all, that's the thing of it is that his videos are actually got a lot of character in them and they're funny,
Yeah.
But the Fairlane City series has been going up for the past 3 weeks now, every Wednesday, but it doesn't translate to anything. That's
Yeah.
the scary part. Is like, and I've literally been pinning the newest Fairlane video to every comment of every short I post. Still nothing.
Wow.
So it doesn't translate to anything. It's
That's
like
crazy. It's
shorts,
just people. It's just
YouTube.
people want to argue and fight each other and complain and
Yeah. And that's the one part I kept telling myself I was ready for it. Like, I won't care about all these trolls and comments and stuff. I was so not ready for that. Like,
You know how many
I'm not
times?
gonna lie.
You know how many times on TikTok I've heard, "Oh, he's training them to hunt crowds," like my kids, like because I got the
Oh.
mini Mustangs. Oh, he's training them to hunt crowd. Every freaking video, like every single one. I'm like, never heard that before. Good one.
Yeah, great.
All right. I love watching that clapped out Fairlane. The PO was a real artist. Previous owner was a real artist.
He was. That guy was nuts. Well,
Nuts.
he was eccentric.
Yeah.
I was told he was some kind of. It's not Amish. It's a Hemonite?
Mennonite.
No, it was with an H. It's a South Dakota thing. They're like a form of Amish, but they like own cars, but they don't have technology and stuff.
I think it's Mennonites. That's what I
Maybe.
know.
I don't know.
We
what
have
it
them
is.
in Indiana too, and I can't think of what they're called, but it's not Mennonites. It's
Yeah.
another, it's
Something
another
else. But evidently, it's pretty common for them to
Hermit.
do all this stuff to these cars.
Yeah.
And the worst part is, like, I bought the Fairlane. You should have seen the '67 Mustang the guy did, and the 2004 Mustang that he ruined. And it was just like, wow, this guy's really good at destroying Mustangs.
So Gary, what are you working on right now, other than the?
I just got the Cleveland tour apart. I'm waiting for this guy to get moved so I can go ahead and take it to the machine shop.
How
Yeah.
deep were those? How deep was that pitting? Like, how much are you gonna have to cut?
I think that 30,000 will take care of it. But the problem is with this block is I'm really going to use it. I don't care if I got to sleeve it or not because it's actually an Aussie block. You know what I mean? And it's
Yeah.
1970, so it's a good block. Okay, they're Beachy Amish and Amish Mennonites.
What?
Beachy Amish and Amish Mennonites. They drive cars. So it's Beachy.
Yeah, it was some weird name. All I know is the '67 Mustang he had was purple, and not like a good purple, like
Huh?
Barney the dinosaur purple.
Did it have a white
I'll
interior?
smoke you, you smoke me.
It actually did have a white interior with purple shag carpeting everywhere, and there was a really large tunnel ram with 2 4s and a big scoop sticking out of the hood, and it was a 351 that sounded bad and had really bad oil pressure, and everything was chromed. Like he literally chromed the bottom of the hood. He chromed the inner fender wells. He chromed it just
What's up,
everything was
Roscoe?
chromed. And then just as much crappy wiring and lights and weird shit.
So how many cars do you own? Like that because you do a lot of videos on all these random things. So how many do you have in your property?
Oh, I think we're up to 36.
I was going to guess 30 to 40.
Yeah. we're
All
getting
I
close.
know is that Suburban is my favorite.
Is that the one with the work light?
No, that's the 90s Chevy pickup I bought this year.
All I know is that is that blew me away. When I saw that on TikTok for the first time, that blew me away. Like I had never seen anything like that. That is like one of the coolest little special features.
Retractable
I like
tire
that.
changing light.
That square body dually that you got.
Which
What's up,
one?
Buster?
Oh. The only one I show, I guess. So that's the other part that drives me nuts is the shitty comments that I don't respond to. They're like, oh, it must be really hard to walk through somebody's junkyard and take videos of shit. And I'm just like, okay.
Sure. Kill him. You know what Funky always does? He always kills him with kindness. Thank you for watching. Have a good day.
That's what I do. Thanks for the comments.
Yeah.
Y'all want to argue about something, though. Like, I can pretty much pick out what they're going to complain about when I post the video, and then I just wait for it.
Yeah.
And then there's other weird stuff that comes up. Like, some guy was complaining about my boots. And I'm just like, what? Like, you saw the tips of my boots when I get in the truck. He's like, nice boots. Doesn't look like you work very hard in them. I'm like, what?
Next video, just for a response, wear sandals.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah.
The worst part is, like, I couldn't even defend myself. So I'm like, they're brand new boots. So, yeah, they're not even dirty. I just bought them. I don't know.
That's funny.
Yeah. I'm just trying to keep, I'm kind of struggling right now to even make content. So I'm doing it when I can. And so I've been averaging about one video a week. I'm still able to maintain that. But, real life is definitely taking its toll right now. I got a lot of stuff going on. And there's a huge show here Saturday. I might take my boys to go see it, but I won't be able to enter it probably.
Wear sandals with black socks.
Some mandals. Yeah, unfortunately, I won't be able to go to that show, Matt, because I have to work.
Yeah, so Leighton doesn't need, I found out Leighton does not need he doesn't need a booster seat anymore. So I can put him in the front seat and I can tow all three of my kids' Power Wheels and put my baby in the back. But, it's going to be hot and I'm not going to stay at a show all day it's only 4 hours, but with a baby there because it's too hot.
Yep. That's the worst part this year. I haven't been going to any shows. I usually go to a lot of different cruise-ins and shows, and I haven't done any this year.
Well, this would be the first one. If I went, this would be the first one where I've had all three of my sons and I'd bring all three of their cars at once. It'd be the first time I've had all three of them out there together. And Leighton is he's still small enough that he can enjoy his a little bit longer. But he's going to outgrow it either next year or the year after.
That's the way you gotta get one of those go-karts with like the fiberglass bodies that go over them.
I want one, dude. We've been looking. I told him he had a good amount of money saved up from Christmases and birthdays, and I said, "Hey, buddy, just keep saving." And he got. I think my wife put the bug in his ear to he can get something with it, and so he just went on a spending spree, buying this stuff. I'm not gonna. She's like, it's his money, he can spend it. So I'm like, okay. But I was like, I told you, bud. And now he was after he spent all this stuff, he realizes he doesn't play with it anymore. I was like, yeah, if you kept saving it, I would have helped you find a go-kart and we would have got it running. And we'll see. We'll see maybe in the future.
See, that's a good lesson though. Buyer's remorse. That's something you got to learn.
That's true. True statement.
I didn't learn that soon enough.
I was going to say something, but I won't. I'm going to wisely take the high road.
I don't know what you would say.
Yeah. Now I'm interested.
Yeah. What could you say that would? What, you drag us down here for some reason?
No. It would have been a dig at myself.
Oh.
Oh.
Yeah, don't do it,
Then
man.
please.
We take enough
Fair.
digs at you.
Yeah. If it's not offending us, please go forward.
Yeah. All right, but yeah, I'm So, hey, dudes, what is going on? I have not. I think I messaged you about it. Like the other group that you frequent. Like I haven't seen Cletus on here, or you told me Wasted's got like no internet.
Yeah,
Is he-
he's up in the brush of the organs.
Yeah, I haven't seen those guys in a minute because they used to be online like every weekend. And so I'll get on Saturday looking for somebody's live stream, and nobody's live. I'm like, well, I guess I'm going to bed tonight.
Me and Wasted have talked about starting to do it again, but he's supposed to be getting DSL soon, so then hopefully we can get something going. But
Why is
other than that,
what's he doing out there?
so where he moved back to, they don't have. I mean, I think running water is probably a privilege, but it's way up in the hills, so this is like staring out over across the mountains and crap.
Got it.
And that's why you see all of his nice forestry videos, because they're actually removing trees and leveling ground and trying to build some stuff.
Got it.
So definitely middle of nowhere, where I wish I could be someday.
I just want more property, but I don't want to buy. I don't want to buy anything right now. I'm kind of rooting for the economy to crash.
Me too.
Yeah.
See, just north of us, about 20 minutes, it's Plymouth County, Iowa, and they just set the record for the highest selling of a single acre of farm ground in the state of Iowa. And a single acre of farm ground is $26,000, and that's nuts. Like you used to be able to get it for like 12. So good luck buying ground to put a house on, because that's like 60 grand an acre.
Yeah, gosh. My parents did it right though. They bought back in 2018, I think. They bought their 25 plus acres or whatever the hell it is, and they've got all that land.
Yeah, my parents own like 12 acres, which has a lot of stuff on it, and talked about sectioning it off and doing all that. But then I priced a house, had it all good to go right before 2020, and then 2020 happened, and we circled back around to pricing it again, and it almost doubled. So it was a whole lot of just, we're not doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, that's good. It's probably good that I don't have a lot of land, because I would hide rent. Like I'd buy a project and go hide it on the property, and then like tow it out one day, be like, look what I found.
Got this thing. Let's make it run.
just throw some branches on top of it so it looks like it's been buried for.
Yeah. Thought about that. We had a windstorm not that long ago, and had a 77 3/4 ton Chevy pickup that I kind of abandoned the project after like 2015. So it's been sitting there a while. And a tree broke and kind of leaned down and just sat on top of it. And it's just, you can see the front of it sticking out of this big tree over it. And I'm like, oh, that's cool. So glad I didn't finish that project.
I'm just waiting for trees to grow out of the hoods of my cars.
Yeah, no kidding, Bama. No kidding.
Oh, what's up, Bama? I didn't say what's up.
I think he just hopped in. But my house I'm in right now, like my next house, I want my next house to be my last house. I want to buy like the right one, the right property, and hopefully get a good job wherever that is. And then the house I'm in right now, I want to rent it and keep it until I decide I don't want it anymore.
I owned a rental until 2020 because I was afraid that people were just going to stop paying rent. And house prices were still going through the roof even during COVID. So I was like, let's just unload it. It'll be fine.
Yeah.
Made way more money than what we spent on it. But now I'm kind of like, maybe we should have kept it. I don't know.
I wish I had. The house I had in Virginia Beach before I moved here. We sold it in end of 19, and I bought it as a fixer upper, and we made a good amount on it. But I sold it like at value, like at what it was supposed to be. And I was very happy with that. And because I was like, oh, there's no way it's going to go up any more than that. Ever since then, it's gone up $100,000. And I was like,
Yeah. That's kind of one of the reasons why I look at the house I sold and it's like, man, that's worth a lot more all of a sudden.
Yeah.
But if the housing market crashes, it'll all be for naught. So,
I got a lot of good memories in Virginia, Roscoe, but honestly, I'm very happy down in North Carolina. It's kind of where, I grew up down here for the most part. So,
Oh, crap.
what?
I said, oh, crap.
so Gary, you never usually go live. That kind of surprised me. I got a notification on my phone. I was like, oh, Gary's live.
Well, it's too hot to go out in the garage. Now sitting here twiddling my thumbs because I worked at the hall today, so I didn't have to go to work this afternoon. So I said, well, let me do a live until Brosford gets on. And it worked out just right because
Yeah,
everybody
a lot
left
of
tonight to come right
guys
here.
came in. I tried to stay in as long as I could, but I had to freaking.
Oh, I just appreciate the people to stop by. Because I don't really do lives. I just do them periodically,
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't do lives. I just join in on them.
And it's me most of the time.
Yeah. All right.
I'm
Well,
not going to go on my live status. We already know what that is. It's well documented.
yeah, he goes live right after me, guys, like every Tuesday.
My
No,
live,
no.
no, I don't.
Whenever my lives are over, Sublime GT500 goes live.
I swear I'm going to get a custom shirt made that shows you throwing me under a bus.
I do have a question for Mr. Mark.
With a bag of 10 mils.
Gary, he's got a question for you.
Okay.
What's your thoughts on 390 FE motor?
Depends on what year.
It's a 67.
That's a good one. They had the better block. They had the better crank. It's a good one.
Should I build it to be a 390 or should I punch it out and make it all 420/80 or something?
I would go 428 with it because it'd be a lot more fun.
Yeah.
What's that
Kinda.
motor in?
So here's what I did. I own a 67 two-door Galaxy with a 289. And then I wanted to put a bigger V8 in it. I had a 351 sitting there, and I was kind of like, I kind of wanted it to be stock, the best it could be in 67. So I was looking for a 390, and I couldn't find one because they're not easy to come by. And I came across another 67 Galaxy that had a 390 in it, running and driving. So now I'm like, maybe we just take that out of there and put it in that one. And then I started staring at them real hard and went, this one has disc brakes and a 390 and a C6 and a Ford 9. Mine's got a 289, a C4, and an 8 and whatever, and drums. This one's a 4-door. This one's a 2-door. The frames are the same, so we're going to body swap them. And
Nice.
when I get it done, I do want to go through the 390 and the C6 and build it and have a 2-door with disc brakes, 390, C6, Ford 9. I mean, it's the ultimate 67 Galaxy at that point in factory format. So,
Dang, Roscoe. Nice.
That's cool because 66 and 67 had the best FE engines.
okay.
So but anyhow, I want to show that to Trunk Jack Jim. Here's a EXP for you.
Hold on a sec.
What's up, Mike's Garage?
That's a friend of mine's car. Here you go.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah. So you were sharing MJI's wife's car earlier. Yeah, he sent me that to me the other day. I was looking at it. Man, that thing is so nice.
I'm telling you, man, that car is an S-code car. That car's worth some money, man. And the build on it looks like somebody did a really nice job.
Oh yeah, it's cleaner underneath than my boss's, like a lot cleaner.
Ooh.
Mike's Garage.
Mike's Garage, I was thinking about going, buddy, but it's hot, man. It's hot. And I don't like baking in the heat. I already work outside sometimes, so.
Dude, Shelby's got air conditioning, man. You're good.
Yeah, you probably got the cold seats too, right?
No, I got the Recaros.
Dang. You better up.
Well, it's the Telegraph Cruise this weekend. You coming up, Sublime?
I wish I could. I really wish I could.
Dude, you can get out of work and be up here by 9 o'clock.
Oh, boy.
And you know Car Mob's got a room for you always.
Oh, I know that.
He leaves a go bag there. He's got a bag there, so he doesn't have to pack.
I know, right?
We're not at that status yet, but it's getting there quick.
Oh my gosh.
Actually, that's probably a pretty good idea. Probably should start doing that. So I wouldn't even have to bring any clothes or anything. Just driving with what I'm wearing.
Whose toothbrush is this? Oh, this is Sublime's toothbrush. Don't worry about that one.
Yeah.
Have it as a Hot Wheels toothbrush.
God, I am the worst at making ice cream cones.
What?
What?
The
I'm
random.
making an ice cream cone right now, and I'm always the worst at putting like this amount of ice cream that I want on it. It's like I'm a bad stacker. There we go. Now
Oh,
we got it.
speak of the devil. Look at this guy. Wasted talent. We were just talking about you. All bad things. All bad things.
Wasted talent.
Just
Wasted
kidding.
talent. You better get on the ball, dude. You better to catch up with dudes. You got a lot of work to do, man.
He's been putting in a solid 2 weeks.
Yeah. Maximum effort.
Yeah, I know Mike's Garage. I know where I normally park. It does get shade, but I'll go there next Tuesday. I'll get a hold of you.
You know, now that you say that, that's one of the most disheartening things about it.
It's not happening.
Is
It's worth a try, though.
I'm listening, dudes. You're
you
good.
go 2 years and you get 600 subs in 2 years, and then you go straight to max in 2 weeks, and like YouTube doesn't even know what to do with it. So like all those nice little achievements, like hey, you made it to 1,500, or hey, you made 100,000 views. I didn't get any of those. It just like went, bloop, and I'm like, oh, this is kind of uneventful
Well,
almost.
I started in 06, but I really never cared about subs. I was just making videos for the fun of it. And then when I started dealing, with the car community more often, because I'm a car guy, that's when I started getting more subs. But I never really cared before. I just did it for the fun.
I was never looking to even get to where I am. It wasn't even a thing that I was considering was going to happen. So when it happened, it was like, well, that's interesting.
So I got here's my question. So when you first picked up, when it caught fire, right? That first crest, right? Or the first, when you broke 1,000, were you like, oh man, I'm just, this is awesome. And then
Yeah.
you just kind of think it's gonna plateau off. And
Yeah, I was like, every morning I'd wake up and be like, man, if I make it to 3,000, this is going to be amazing. That's like top goal. It'll never get there. And then all of a sudden it was like 3,000, 6,000. I'm like, what is happening right now?
So basically, when he seen that 20,000, he went and grabbed the wife and said, honey, I love you. Let's go.
Yeah.
We got a party.
I'm just now you've got me curious though, and I don't want to steal your thunder, but I'm very curious. Like I've got all those TikTok videos too. I'm really thinking about just doing the same damn thing.
Hey, do it. I'm steal away. If it works, it works. I'm not.
And just as a more of an experiment than anything. 'Cause I definitely don't expect anything out of it. But it's funny because I do have the ones on TikTok that like just blow up.
Yeah.
Like, and I re-upload it there, but they don't get shared out. So
And like I said, I was honestly like at the point where it's like, I'm going to keep putting up some Dudes with Wrenches videos, but they're not really getting anywhere. And I'm just tired of it not growing. And
There
I was
you
like,
go, Matt.
I'm going to start a whole new format, get all new videos, go maybe, I don't know, political entertainment style videos. And I was like, nah, we're going to try this one last time, see if it takes. And it did. So
Al, are you putting? Are those the wheels you're keeping on there?
Oh, definitely no. Those are actually my old stock EcoBoost wheels.
Okay.
Before my buddy sold it to his brother, we put it on that car.
Got it.
nice.
The wheels that I want to get are the 0304 Cobra deep dish wheels. because then I don't have to run spacers because the offset on them fits correctly to where I can run them without spacers.
So let's here's the funniest part, and I like everybody to know this because YouTube is letting me have the shaft simultaneously while promoting me. So I'm not monetized, nowhere close. So all those subs, all those watch hours mean nothing. So let's go to YouTube Studio. Let's see how far away I am from monetization.
What do you need to be monetized? The hours?
Watch hours.
Hours.
Watch
Yeah.
hours.
It's always the hours.
Shorts don't count.
Well, just
So-
start uploading videos. Like
I am literally 1,500 hours easy away. Like,
you said,
nowhere close.
you said you got projects filmed already, so you should do
Yeah.
three
But nobody's
videos a week.
watching them. Nobody's
Dude,
watching
Dude,
that
go
stuff.
live. You get a
Dude.
lot of watch hours if people show up and stay there for a while.
Do 3 videos a week, and I bet you'll start accumulating those hours.
You might have to.
You need a couple of them. You need a couple of them to just catch steam and be your evergreens or whatever the hell they call it. And those will carry like back when I started back then, or when it's not really that far ago, but
Back in the day,
the MGB, when I did the floor pan video with the freaking crappy Harbor Freight $100 welder, like that was my evergreen that was like carrying me to the promised land. Even though like by some of the newer videos I put up, like my Carvana videos crushed those. So I mean, you just need something that's gonna.
I just need something to take, but it's not there. And
Dudes, have you went live since all this happened or no?
no.
I'm very curious as how many people would come in if you do.
Yeah,
Just for craps and giggles, you should try it.
I'm almost worried about that, so that's why I'm kind of
Like-
veering left.
That. This guy's weird. He's on.
Well, I don't do a lot of lives because I'm always on somebody's live, so that's why I don't do them. But if you do the lives, just be careful. Watch who's coming on there, make them pick their nose or something, so you know that they're real. You know what I'm saying? And bring them up there, because is what happens. Those lives will double your hours.
Yep. Well, the worst part is like the highest watch hours I've gotten was from a live stream we did while we were doing the Volvo build.
Right.
And that's still my highest watch hour video, period. So it's like,
And
well, that
if
just
you-
proves it.
If you do some lives, like say you're working on that 390, man, just do a live stream like Big Black did when he was putting his truck together.
Yeah.
And that way you're getting the views, you're getting the hours, and it's going to pick up.
Yeah.
you
I mean,
know?
originally I did a live stream. It wasn't my live stream, but we did a live stream with Wasted. It's still out there, me pulling motor on my Chevelle, and nobody watched that one either.
But I'm saying it, just get in there. But you
Yeah,
got
but when
enough
you did-
viewers now where you're going to get the views. You're going to get
Yeah.
it.
You did that when you had like 600 or less subs.
It's like
Now you've got-
325.
Now you've got all these guys.
See, I put out a ton of regular videos. That's why I have the views.
Yep. And see, I've been pretty bad about leaving videos up, and I mean, I like the Fairlane series. I personally do. I've re-edited it like 3 times. This is as good as it's going to get for how I filmed it, and hopefully it gets some views, but it doesn't seem to really be taking off.
Stupid Fast Truck says they're right. Your boots are too clean.
Pretty bad. Everybody's got to complain about something. The best one was like, why don't you clean your door panels in your car? They're freaking white. Like, you show me a white car that doesn't look a little dingy.
See, Colton here. This guy's Colton. He's a good guy. Friends with him on Facebook. I like doing the how-tos, but the problem with the how-tos, in my opinion, are it just takes you like literally 3 times as long to do any job because you have to stage it and then you might have to do it over potentially. And so mine, I've kind of keep sort of a how-to mentality about it, but I've turned it into more of a vlog where I'm kind of just talking through what I'm doing rather than like showing step by step because it was fine on the MGB because I was learning what I was doing, but like for what I do now, I think it's too boring and I don't think it suits my content well.
Exactly. And that's just where I'm at. I have so many videos that are more of a how-to because I thought this is going to really make it. And then I rewatch that footage and I'm like, this is boring and I can't do anything with it. And I got all this footage. And I'm just like,
Big Block said he's going to relaunch his LSV videos and just saying featuring dudes with wrenches.
There you go. Now famous. For a limited time, now famous. Dudes
But
with
wait,
wrenches.
there's more.
But wait, there's more.
Oh, so get this. So that video I posted, that last boss video I posted, let's see. I posted a few days ago. It was like 2 days ago, I think.
You just close it out. This video brought to you by
No, so that coolant video I posted on the switching from orange to yellow.
Yep.
It's at like 1,900 views right now, and I posted it
Dang.
4 days ago, and so that's not bad. But dude, like that video, it's still getting views, and I think the reason is because apparently it's controversial. Who would have known? People are like, "Oh, I've been using the orange forever, and it's fine," and then other people are like, "Yeah, that's just poison. Get it out of there."
You got to get people to argue, man. That's the key. It's that engagement that YouTube wants to see.
Well, and that's what I just said. Shorts and drama sells, man.
Yep. And I wasn't even trying to be drama. These people just bringing it out of the woodwork for me.
Oh, you don't have to. Hey, I get stuff all the
Ray?
time. That I just, thank you. Thanks for watching.
Ray,
Yeah, I don't.
Sorry, go ahead.
You gotta have thick skin when you do this stuff.
Oh,
Yeah.
for sure. Ray, the Fox Body Cruise video is gonna be up Thursday, sir.
I almost want to do a long format video just talking about the comments because I literally had like a whole day conversation with a guy, and this is the last one I really conversed
Dude, that's
with.
a good idea. That's a good idea.
This
Dudes
guy
Wrenches reads
Angry
mean
quotes.
comments. That's what you should do.
This guy had to argue with me that there is no way manual brakes are incapable of stopping a vehicle in motion. And I'm like, what? Do you remember when Ford used to use like levers and cables and steel on steel? Like, remember the old slogan, like safety of steel? Like, remember that? Like when they were skeptical to going to hydraulic systems, and you're over here telling me that manual brakes won't stop a car? No. I was very nice to him.
My notchback was we had manual brakes on it, and it stopped at 130 miles an hour.
Exactly. I've owned so many manual brake cars, and this guy is just. And then by the end of the conversation, it went so far off the rails. He's like, "You ever driven a Porsche 911 RTS? Blah blah blah. They have power brakes." And I'm like, "What does that prove?"
So this is a thing, okay? Get in your Galaxy with drum brakes all around it, with
just
manual
lock
brakes.
them up down the street.
You got to stand on them, but they're still gonna stop. And those things were boats. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I even explained to him the science. Like I was being super nice to him. I'm like, okay, I went and looked it all up, and I'm like, regular power brakes. It takes 100 pounds of pressure for an emergency stop, solid lockup. Manual brakes, it only takes 120 pounds of pressure. So it's just more applied pressure for the same amount. And I was trying to explain to him that you actually have more control over manual brakes because it depends on how much foot you're putting in it, where power brakes, little input, lots of output. That's why they came up with ABS systems, because everybody went and locked up their brakes and crashed into shit.
Ray,
T. Heckler, Bryce. What's up, guys?
Ray, I got to get a video of Tanner's 347 skunking my boss, because that'd
So
probably be good stuff.
Trunkback Jim right here says you got to feed the trolls to make it candy.
What's up, T?
Mr. One Slow 5-0. Oh, we can't even call him that anymore. He doesn't have the 5-0. That's right.
Oh, he sold it, huh?
Yeah.
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 What's up, Grabber Coyote? How you doing, sir?
There you go. First brakes were leather straps. There. Still stopped a car. Just some people. And the worst part is, you question, is this guy trolling me? Or does this guy really think this? Because if he's trolling me, I'm cool with that. Good for you. You're a troll. But if you actually think this, I feel like intervention needs to happen.
So dude, there's so many people though that TikTok is messing these young kids up bad. So my wife's she's doing a summer camp, and her co-teacher found a science experiment from TikTok,
Okay.
And the experiment was like take the forks, you touch them all, you put batteries, only the negatives on the fork, and the coin will start spinning randomly, like infinitely, basically. And I'm like, as soon as she told me what she's doing, I was like, you realize like that video, they filmed that by spinning the coin and then they put it in reverse. So,
That's a
and she's
fake
like, it's not real. I'm
video.
like, no, it's not gonna work.
Oh, I forgot, T. I forgot you got the 5.0 truck, but okay, we'll give you that.
So the thing about it is that like Drunk Bag Jim was talking that they were using leather straps for brake pads back in the day.
Nice
They stopped
grammar.
using that because they would just crystallize and it wouldn't stop no more. So that's why they quit using those.
Well, I had some people like I did a video where just like, hey, here's a window crank, here's a door lock, here's old car stuff, and here's a broken one because somebody broke it because they didn't know. The amount of people that have come in there and like it almost comes in from sideways on me, and I have to think too hard about it, and I just want to ignore it. But like this one guy actually came at me and made me think, and his comment was, "How bold of you to think that we'll ever be able to get in a classic car like that? That's not an option for everybody." And I'm just like, what? But then I think about it and I'm like, I own like 30 classic cars. So I guess, I mean, if you live in Chicago and don't ever gonna own a car and don't go to car shows, maybe, I don't know.
Well, and I see what you're saying because like my wife's GT350 and my Mach 1 are really basically the same car.
Yeah.
I mean, no joke. And this guy's telling me how much better the GT350 is than the Mach 1 and all this stuff and this and that. So finally I says, well, do you know why my wife's got the GT350? And he goes, why? I said, because it's a girl's car.
You got
Who said this?
Is that the driver mod? Are you arguing with the driver mod?
He said, you're stupid.
Is that
Wait.
the driver mod? Are you arguing?
No, it wasn't driver mod. No.
Okay. I could see you guys going at it, and that'd be I'd get entertainment out of that.
I mean, seriously. I mean, the two cars, if you was to get them and drive them, it was blindfolded and can drive them. It would be, they're the same car, except for one's got the 5.2 Voodoo and the other one's got the Coyote.
It wouldn't make a difference. Yeah, some people just, and that's just it. Like if somebody wants to be a troll and they're just being a troll, like I get that. Like whatever, you're being a troll.
Yeah.
But like if somebody honestly is just coming out with this opinion that's just blatantly wrong and they're serious, I don't know. I don't know how to convince that person any different, but at the same time, I want to try somewhere in my head. Like, hey man,
But look, man, you can't fix stupid, man. Not even a duck. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, you can wrap their mouth up in duct tape and they'll still figure out a way to try to argue with you.
Yep. And it's just like whatever.
You're
Primo's out
supposed to
there.
back the duct tape counterclockwise. What?
Al, guess what time it is?
What?
I said, Al, guess what time it is?
10 mil?
There you go.
You just always respond with that. I don't think there's really another option.
He's working on building
Is there any other time?
He's working on building that other car with that 10 millimeter.
He's got clocks in his house and they just say 10 mil on them.
I thought you were going somewhere else with the clocks.
Yeah, that'd be really funny. That'd be a really funny like gag gift to send him. Like just a clock. It just says 10 mil.
Dude, Gary posted a video about what, 4 months ago, Gary? With the clocks joke?
Oh, yeah.
It was a joke of the day, right? You titled that video Joke of the Day?
Yes.
Go back and watch that, dudes. And when you see what you just said about clocks, you will laugh your ass off.
Can only assume.
Oh, my God. That's funny.
I have to find it.
You forgot all about that video, didn't you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, 919.
That's a pretty good one. I'll have to give him credit. It was a good one.
What's up, Gennaro Hawk? Hopefully,
Another good one is
Hopefully, somebody here will be able to help you.
I don't know where people live that they have such corrosive grass, but I was told on 2 occasions now that if you park your vehicle in grass, it's going to just rot away in a year. And I had to look up the science because I had almost questioned, like, where is he getting this information? And there's actually a big research done on it that says the moisture in the soil and the grass can actually condensate underneath your car and rot the frame and the metal. But then it follows up with like, if existing corrosive chemicals on the car exist, it'll make it worse. And I'm like, I've had cars sitting in the grass for 40 years and they're fine. So guess I don't got that corrosive grass.
But you know what really happens to cars? It's the leaves. You know how they get down in there? And then when the leaves, when they turn into dirt, they kind of give off something. I don't know what it is, but it'll make the car rust in a minute.
Yep. Oh, I've seen where leaves have sat on a car and just caused rust. That and like mulberry fruit trees. Oh,
yes, they're horrible.
Yep.
Especially with all the bird poop.
Yep. I've seen that where it's pretty bad. But
Hey,
like,
so here's the link to the joke of the day. It's actually pretty funny. You'll laugh hard.
I can't click it. I'm in the freaking StreamYard.
It's fine. I copy it good.
All right, Fox Body people in here. Gennaro Hawk says, any good solutions for throttle body whistle? My car sounds like I have a V2 supercharger.
I think that's cool, man.
Have a good night, Grabber Coyote.
Gennaro, so my buddy, actually, it's funny you said that because my buddy's 1990 GT, he parked it at the cruising we just did the other day, and his was whistling, and it sounds like supercharger as well, but he's not supercharged. So I think I know exactly the sound you're talking about, but I don't know how you could get rid of
What
it.
what kind of air filter does he have on it? Does he got the lid turned upside down?
It's a good question. Yeah, Gennaro, what's your setup, sir?
We used to put the lid upside down on those old Pontiac 455s and stuff like that because it sounded like a hot rod race car.
Yeah.
I did that to my Monte Carlo in high school, but it's a little 305.
Hey, Grabber Coyote, thanks for hopping in here, sir.
Oh, what's up, Sean? Let me see what's up.
Yeah, Sean, I did not say what's up either. How you doing, Sean?
Sean Ryder, I got him when he come in here. He was laughing.
Watch, I guarantee you somebody's going to go watch that joke of the day, and they're going to come back here with laughing their asses.
So it's West Coast grass that makes your frame rot.
Must
Oh,
be.
is that what it is?
I'm sure some Chicago grass is more than capable of doing it.
Screw that. The
That's
West
the
Coast,
thing,
everything's just
it's
bad
the
over there.
grass, and it's really not the grass. It's the leaves growing up underneath the car and all that. I'm telling you, leaves will do damage to a car.
I thought it was the moisture that comes from the ground underneath the car.
Wire it backwards. What are you talking about, Ray?
But I am not going to claim any knowledge on that whatsoever. So
I have a 363 Boss Block Edelbrock 165s, 24-pound injectors, trick and flow. Okay, it's probably your trick and flow because the guy I'm talking about has a trick and flow.
trick flow, not trick and flow.
Whatever.
Trick and flow.
You know what? We're just
Chicken
gonna-
ear?
We're just going to remove him from the stream. He's gonna stand this kind of harassment.
Chicago grass makes your eyes tight.
Moose, Rocco.
I don't think he realized he was dropped for a second.
I did.
Okay.
Trust me, I did. That's why I said Moose Rocco. Call it in the boys.
Yeah, it's the intake, man. It's your trick flow.
Yeah, you got to be careful on Sublime. You got to do all your punctuations right and everything else because the dictionary comes out of them.
But yeah, I think it's just your intake, man. I bet you that's just the sound it makes. But I don't know enough people who have that intake to be able to speak. I know one guy who has it, and his was whistling. He was exactly the guy I was talking about.
That's like Ford Blues Eldebrock.
I say it the same way, so shut up.
Mr. Elda Elbrock.
Man, I'm
It's
starving.
whistling intake.
That's my buddy Ray. He's here locally too, so he knows who I'm talking about. Chef Shady Tree says a GT40 will whistle also.
Chicago grass will carjack you. Shoot. Yes, you're right, T. It will. Chicago.
Oh, what's up, Ben? Boss 302 owner, track key never act. Oh, sweet, man. Yeah, you're going to like that track key.
When did it get the car?
Yeah, Ben, when did you pick the car up? And how many miles on it?
2012. Kona blue. Okay. I like the Kona blue.
Oh, so, dude, I like all the colors. Actually, I like all of them for the most part. I'm not a huge fan of yellow blaze, but a lot of people really like it. And after I saw a couple of them, if you get the yellow blazes ceramic coated, they look amazing.
Wait, are you talking about like the new yellow 2021 color?
No, I'm talking about the Boss 302 yellow blaze.
Yellow blaze.
Oh, gotcha.
Blaze yellow, not yellow blaze.
You just getting it all backwards.
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, that literally bugs the heck out of me. It's super fast.
Are you doing the HP? Are you doing the? Okay, so you're not doing track key. Are you doing the HP tuners one where they can tune the track key, or are you just getting a tune from like Lund or something? See, I like when boss people come in here.
So you
Of
can
course
say
you
things
do.
wrong.
What's up?
What'd you say, dudes?
I said so you can say things wrong.
Yeah, man. That's what happens, dude. You get you stay up late, and he dropped himself. I didn't even kick him out this time. I don't know. I had this intake for a few years. I've had it running great with no whistles, and then kind of randomly started.
He had to go recharge his clock.
Have you changed your filter or anything like that recently, or you know what I'm saying? I mean, it's got to be something that you've changed recently. Either that, or you got a whistling valve, not a valve, but a vacuum leak.
Man, Colton, that's $1 million question, dude. Like I got a lot of stuff going on in my life that well, you kind of know. But like I'm trying to figure out what I'm gonna be doing for a career after this year. So it's next year. So I'm not trying to go out and blow money. So if I get a tune, it'll be from YouTube covering it. So that's obviously not a cheap thing to do. So I don't know. That's a good question.
Nice.
Time it.
Yeah, I've done that. Take throttle by off, clean it all up good.
So time for a smoke test.
Yep.
I think you could have a leak. Is it idling okay? Like, is it like my car idles like complete garbage? So
You could still have a small pinhole and it shouldn't affect the idle that much, but you could cause a whistle.
That's what I'm saying. It sounds like he's changed the filter or done something, or he's got a random vacuum leak somewhere that he's just not catching.
That or like a small pinhole through like one of the intake manifold gaskets.
Could be.
Sean, if you want some excitement in a security guard position, come be a security guard at Binny's in the city of Chicago. That'll give you some excitement real quick.
Because Sublimes are coming. What?
No, but Vader 5.0, who comes on Modern Muscle Performance's channel quite often, he's a security guard at Binny's, and I actually met up with him, and he told me some of the stories that he goes through. I mean, people coming in there trying to, homeless people coming in there trying to steal the booze and stuff. He said, dude, it gets sketchy sometimes, that's for sure.
Look, I went to a sub shop in Flint, and they had security there, and they had windows, the bulletproof windows and everything else in there. And I'm thinking about
for sub
really?
sandwiches.
Yep.
For a sub sandwich.
That's just the front. That's just the front.
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Just start selling subs, guys.
You want a sub sandwich? Extra turkey?
I'll take the 10mm edition, please.
So in this area, we had a general manager of a bunch of McDonald's, had a bunch of employees around here, and they were actually dealing drugs out of McDonald's drive-thrus.
I saw a story like that on the news.
Yeah. So if you drove through the McDonald's drive-thru and you're like, I need an adult toy, can I get an adult Happy Meal? That was the keywords to like, here, we'll give you some this or that. Like, great.
Oh, man.
Have your payment done at the next window.
Yeah.
Can I get that supersized, please?
Can I get an adult Happy Meal?
Is the only guy that got. Hey, well, yeah, technically, I guess that's probably true. But it was only at one location. It wasn't at like every single one. And I've already been there a million times over because their turnover rate of employees is faster than my car.
Portillo's?
Portillo's.
Fast.
He yelled at some lady, and now he can't go there anymore.
No,
What
like
is
I
it?
said,
Like tacos or something?
no, Italian beefs, burgers.
Oh, we
Yeah.
don't got none of that.
Sausages.
He punched some lady in the face, and they're
Oh, stop it!
Dang.
Don't even do that.
Like-
Don't even do that.
Black both her eyes and everything?
Oh my
No.
God.
It was a dumb young female employee who did not give three craps about her job, and I put her in her place, and that's all there was to it. And they
Now
freaking.
he put you in your place, out the door.
And he's not allowed to be in there anymore.
I've been there 30 times over since this happened. I told you their turnover rate on employees is faster than my car, for crying out loud.
Hang on a second. Did you give the owner a 10 millimeter?
No, he's not even there anymore. The manager's not even there anymore.
It sounds like a great establishment. Just,
Yeah.
You know?
I think
Sounds
I'll
like
stop
my
going.
work with its turnover rate.
Oh man.
I don't know, Sean. I heard some pretty bad stuff about Canada,
What about Canada?
especially over here around Toronto and stuff. There's some nuts
I've never
over
heard
there.
anything bad about Canada, sir. What
Oh
is
man,
this
I'm
you
telling you
speak of?
what. This is on the other side of the river at Detroit. So what does that tell you?
Well, I don't care what side of the river you're on. Detroit, other side. I don't really know which side's the better side there.
It's probably all Detroiters swimming over to Canada and causing the trouble.
I've been to Detroit once. Just saying, I've been to Chicago once, and yeah, I don't really plan on going back. So,
When you came to Chicago, did you go to the? How long ago was that?
2006.
Oh yeah, no, that's back when you could still go downtown and not have a problem.
Oh, I was
Yeah.
there like 1 a.m. trying to get into a secured facility, and like guy had to come out and beat off the hookers with a stick. It was like, Jesus, what are these
Yeah.
people?
Yeah.
Oh,
Did you
you go
think
to
Detroit?
anyone ever been to you tell me. All right. So Italy, right? I've been to Italy a few times,
Okay.
and I got picked up to get taken to my ship, and you're just driving down the highway, and their highway system's not like ours, right? There's certain provinces, I guess, are just better funded and they'll actually like take care of it. Other ones, like you'll see like weeds have completely engulfed the outside lanes of the highways, and they just don't care, and you can't drive on them. But you'll see like sitting at these random spots in the middle of freaking nowhere, you'll see these like ladies sitting out there with like umbrellas, and they're called umbrella girls, and they are there for your companionship.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, crazy.
And
crazy.
yes, try why boss. These young kids now are so sensitive. Don't talk bad about me. Get the hell out of here. You can't take that. You can't take that. Don't get a job.
Well,
So,
anymore, I don't know
working
about
time.
where you guys are at, but anymore, I go into a lot of places, and I worked retail when I was a kid. Did a bunch of different little jobs. And you walk in these
You think-
places now, and everybody's just sitting there playing on their phone, listening to their earbuds, and just
Yep.
like somebody will walk up and they'll be like, "What? Oh, yeah, I guess I'll do my job." Beep.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I just want to slap them, but I'm like, they're all doing it. It ain't like there's any repercussions for this anymore. So
Gennaro, I think that could do it. So what do you guys think? He says he thinks lower intake has a small leak. Could that cause the whistle?
Yes, and that can do it, but he just had his throttle body switched over though too, so that could be
Oh.
another thing.
Yeah.
yep. First step to troubleshooting. What have you touched lately?
That's my thing, man. I mean,
Yep.
Yeah, it probably would do that. I think the
see all the time.
AccuFab does whistle, actually. My buddy was trying to get me to switch to AccuFab for the Boss, and I've heard it actually has a different noise.
Whistles, you say?
Hurt her feelings. She has PTSD. Stop it, stupid fast. I can't get another job because of what he said to me.
So we was down in Tennessee for a takeover, and the wife wanted to go see Elvis Presley's house, you know, and so Drew looks at me and says, "Yeah, you don't want to go there, man." I go, "What do you mean?" He goes, "It's bad." And then we walked away, and I told the wife, I said, they said we don't want to go there. It's bad. And then I got about 10 or 15 feet away from Drew, and he turns around, stop, and turns around and said, wait a minute, you're from Detroit. You'll be fine.
He's like, yeah, you're fine.
No, Ben, I've never tuned my boss. I've done a lot of no, I have not tuned the boss. So I've got the MGW race spec short throw in the car. I've changed the exhaust tone numerous times. I've got I've got the Parnelli Jones air raid cold air intake for it, the carbon fiber one, but I've never tuned it. It's got the choke in there. I kind of was going to wait until I did long tubes before I tuned it or messed with it at all. But honestly, right now, I don't know what I'm going to do with it. I'd like to tune it, but I'd also like to save it for supercharger. But obviously, that's a crap ton of money, and I don't know when I'd be able to actually spend that much.
And even if you got the supercharger, you'd still have to tune it.
True statement. Oh, I hate like going to like the movie theater, right? And the movie theater by us, they just reopened, and they only open one. Like they don't open the ticket window anymore. You have to go pay at the counter with the snack bar. So you have this one dude. There'll be like 10 people back there, and there's like one guy serving the snacks and buying people movie tickets. So this line will get huge, and you see everybody else just talking to each other, and that just drives me up the wall.
I like that choice of words. One dude.
One dude.
One dude.
Not dudes. Just dudes.
Just one dude.
It's a multiple dude gig.
So, dude, I'm surprised dudes wasn't like, not this dude.
No, I haven't data logged it, Ben. Honestly, what I wanted to do is just to kind of see where it is, because I need to change the plugs, and I need to change the plugs at least soon. I'm sure it's due, but I want to get some baseline numbers on it, see what it makes for power stock. It should be around 390 to the wheels.
I'm not reading these comments anymore.
Oh, you're talking about yours?
Yeah, you should do it. You should just like pick, do like the destroyer type show, just 30 minutes. If you can do longer, but do 30 minutes a week and pick out the best comments, the most winning comments from the previous week, and share them with the group.
Well, you get all these people that just think like, man, if I owned all that stuff, I'd have it all running and restored and fixed. They just want to make these comments just like, it's so sad to see these cars just rotting away when somebody could have fixed them. Here's the point, people. All these vehicles are on my property because I saved them. You can say what you want about them, but they got saved. If they would have been somewhere else, it doesn't mean they'd be out driving around, restored, etc. It means they'd just be in a crusher somewhere or in worse condition, torn into 1,000 pieces. I hate people that want to make that point. I'm just like, well, I see you're just destroying these vehicles by letting them sit there.
So
Well,
the town
is that they could be part of a still building in China by now.
So the town I grew up in, or for the most part, is in Clayton, North Carolina, right? And there was a house that was on the end of a street that led to my middle school and elementary school. And my dad stopped there one day to see if the guy was willing to part with any of his cars, because he had hundreds of these things just sitting there on his property. And the year spans that you would see in the property was early 1900s to 1950s. Nothing later than that. Those were the year type cars you'd see there. And the dude basically he just came shy of like pulling out a gun and threatening my dad to get off the property. And then like magically, we assume he like died because 1 year I went back to that area and I checked, and like the land was cleared, it was all gone. So I'm assuming it all got torn apart for scrap, and hopefully, but I hope somebody somehow saved it. But I'm sure it all went to a scrapyard.
But that's just it. You go.
No, go ahead, dudes.
Go, dudes. We're go.
My big thing is I hate when people complain about that, because just because I have it and it's in my possession does not mean it's ruined. I want these people that want to say that to just be like, all right, just come and buy it from me. It's for sale. I'll sell it to you. You just won't like the price. But if you want to be Mr. Car Hero, you can come buy it.
Sorry, Mr. Car Superman.
Yeah. Come save them all, man. They're all worth saving.
I mean, like, you should be like, what you don't understand is this is owned by a man who has a super clean sponsorship, and it's gonna be clean.
Dude, I was thinking you should take your boots, throw some dirt on there, and then take like a pencil eraser and write fake dirt on top of the boot in the dirt.
Actually, on my bench over there, it says I self-identify as clean. And there's only one person that's caught that. I have a few videos where you can see that bench, and there's a couple people who are like, "Oh man, I like that." I'm like, "Yeah, I know." So everybody makes fun of me because like your bench is always dirty. I'm like, if your bench isn't dirty, you're not using it. So
Ray,
All right.
take care, buddy.
Hey, later, Ray. Ray's a good dude. He's the guy who helped me pick up the motor that I've got in the stand.
nice.
Oh boy.
Maybe you should start the show off with that.
But yeah, I had a guy, he posted a 69 Mustang on the internet one time for $500.
Yep.
I'm like, well, shoot, I'm going to go out there and buy that. So I drove all the way out to the other side of Michigan and picked this car up, brought it back. And my dad says, "You paid $500 for that car?" I go, "Yeah." I go, "Dad, it's a Mustang." A week later, because it was a fastback and the guy had a 69, so he wanted to take 69 Grande and turn it into a fastback. So he bought the car off of me and, gave me $1,000 for it and took it.
Yeah.
So I mean, that car would have been scrapped if I wouldn't have had that car,
Yep.
but it was parts and it was used, and so it was good. You know what I mean?
Well, so that video, I did a video, and I'm sure Sublime remembers it, but the video I did of a junkyard walk around when I was like looking at some MGB GT on a property near me, the dude
I
had
remember that.
hundreds of cars. He had like the freaking rare suicide door Lincoln Continental from was it 60?
4 or 5.
Yeah, whatever. But he had one of those sitting in the middle of nowhere. But like the heartbreaking part was the dude's like, he's got to be like early 80s is my guess. And every single car was, I'm going to fix this one up. I'm going to do that to this one. And you're like,
He still got a dream, man. That's the thing. He still got a dream.
But like, dude, it's like the comments that he's talking about though, like what was going through my head, like these cars are dying. Like they are sinking into the swamp.
Yep.
A lot of those cars he parts out because that's where when I had my Camaro, that's where I bought my door latch from.
Oh, he does part them out, that's for sure. But the crazy thing is, like, I think like probably at least 50% of the ones he was talking about is like, I drove it, like it was driven to where it is. It was driven and parked. Like the cars were running and they've been just torn apart.
I probably have 16 to 18 square body trucks. I have parted out, stripped, and scrapped probably 50. So you can complain about the ones I have, but I've scrapped more than I have. So
That's probably why that guy that owned the yard didn't want to sell them as a whole, because he knew he was going to scrap or sell them, part them out.
So Ben, do you have a light and flywheel? Do you have anything changed to give you less rotational mass? I don't have experience, but I know Coyote Productions does. He was running the Caliber Stage 3, and then he went to an aluminum flywheel, and he was getting the false knock because the engine was reading so far out of spec because it had so much less weight that
flywheel weighted from the factory, or was it just that much less weight?
I have no idea. Here's what I was told. I was told that so basically there's like a realm that the engine wants to read.
Oh, yeah, there's a balance there.
Yes, and so when he took out, he changed to a one-piece drive shaft, aluminum, or maybe it was carbon fiber. He might have gone carbon fiber, and then he also put the aluminum flywheel. He took out all that rotational weight. They could not tell the computer to read correctly. Like, hey, it just kept throwing the false knock sensors.
Mm-hmm. Threw the threshold off too far.
Yeah.
What's up, Salty?
Salty.
So hopefully that's a decent explanation for you, Ben. Ben.
Yeah, funny thing about new computerized motors, they like to run as they were from the factory.
And then if you change it too much, then your car says, "Hey, you know what? Screw you! I'm gonna limp home, and
Something's broke.
you shall not break me today," is what they say. Yeah.
My buddy called me one time and he said, my EcoBoost 3.5, she just keeps going into limp mode every time I accelerate real hard. And I'm like, okay, that's weird. Well, it was negative 13 out or something. And he had a cold air intake, bigger intercooler, bigger all this stuff. It was freezing up the throttle body. It's like, well,
I'm surprised you said that. I thought you were gonna say, like, when the air density changes, I thought you were gonna say he's just getting more air than his engine can
every
handle.
time you get on it, it would just bloop, temperature would drop, throttle body would be like, no more, I'm done, too cold.
I had an old Vega one time when he got low on oil, that thing wouldn't run. You think he's running out of gas? Put oil in it, it was perfect.
It's fine.
Well, we've just gone for 2 hours, guys, and I actually have to work in the morning, so I think I'm going to call it for tonight. But I think Sublime GT500 should be going live.
No, I have to get up at 5:30 tomorrow morning.
10
Well,
minutes.
5:30, I got to get up.
It's
Or
only
dude,
9:46.
Is that the live time?
It is
No.
10:46 here.
Yeah.
9:46 for Sublime's at.
What's up, Chuck?
I'm gonna have to go inside and make a couple shorts. I gotta keep this gravy train moving, guys. You know.
There you go.
All right. Well, I appreciate.
I appreciate all your knowledge.
Yeah, and I appreciate everybody hopping in here, but I need to go to bed. So we'll see you guys next week. It should be up, I think. But yeah, dudes, thanks for hopping in. Gary,
Good talking to you, dudes.
Lime, Al,
You guys have a good night.
and
Y'all too.
I'm gonna go to bed because I'm
All right.
tired.
Later, guys. Peace out.
Later.
Let's see if I can end this.